yeah. Like the mob, ayy, watching what we doing. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie. Whole family here, but it feeling like a. Living so Italian, 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 living so Italian.
Oh, keep getting that dinero, got it. Even if a nigga gotta rob it, get it. Blackjack in a cup sink, no. A nigga got unlimited credit, a nigga got a lot of vendettas, but we the black mom, we gon' set it, Peeled off in a Lamborghini cone tie, 200 in the dash, you gonna rev it. Lucky Luciano, what they call me, Paisano. 100 keys at the piano, plays across the Verrazano. El Padrino, in the villa in Venice, sipping vino. Not bad for Muliano, y'all know, like we know.
Like the mob, ayy, watching what we doing. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie. Whole family here, but it feeling like a. Living so Italian, 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 living so Italian. It's my private party, get it? I don't know how the hell y'all get in. I don't know what y'all doing, y'all carrots. Y'all ain't finna be snapping our pictures. Y'all ain't finna be in our business. La Familia, my business. Maserati drop top. Go through the city like Gotham. In a 911, sipping proper. He more than just a rapper. And I know that I'm this shit because I wrote this on the crapper. More models, Limo, some Italiano. And I'm about to say something crazy. John Galliano. Like the mob, ayy, watching what we doing. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie. Whole family here, but it feeling like a.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
$1985 white Lamborghini Countach, two of them. I need a slow motion video right now, cause I'm moving in slow motion, feeling like Hype Williams shooting the nigga, cooting the nigga, hey, hey, hey. I need a slow motion video right now. Hey, hey.
Good morning, everybody.
Damn, baby, pussy can't be your only hustle unless you bad as Naomi Russell. I mean, a lot of niggas got money, so basically, Russell ain't the only.
Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? We got some news here right now, so we about to see what's up here. Let me just share my screen. Alright, litty. Alright. Alright, yo. Chat. I'll mute myself. Alright. So yeah, we got some news coming out right now. Core PC price index, final GDP. I don't know if it's gonna be volatile. It's a red folder, first one of the week, I think, but it's like a hit or miss based off of like when it comes in. So I don't know. Core PC isn't like, I'll put it in like maybe like a ranking system, maybe like a C tier. It's like a hit or miss in terms of volume. It's like sometimes it might pick up, but I don't remember it coming out and just like spiking. But I mean, yeah, we'll see. Either way, we'll adapt to price. We just need some volume still, right? I think yesterday we were kind of like sluggishly moving down, and then today we're hoping for like more consistency and volume than yesterday. But looking at price here, it looks like, yeah, you kind of just been creating like these what do you call it? You've been creating these higher lows on the way up since. So initial lows and then just like higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So that's kind of what price still is doing in this cycle. And then we're just trying to figure out now, okay, well, are we going to continue, right? Or could this be the start of some type of like break a structure, right? Because then this would be the first time you're breaking the previous lows. So if that does happen, then obviously you come back into this range here, right? That range that you were in last week to fill. Was it here? Yeah, I think it was here. Right? You come down for that range for the first time. You'll be breaking structure for the first time, right? So then eventually you can look for like ideas. But I think it's like kind of similar to where we are yesterday. We're just trying to figure out whether that is gonna be like yesterday. The issue was just that you're like we were looking for sales yesterday, but I think it was just like too slow on the way down for us to really tell whether it was directional or not, right? And then you like kind of slowed down a little bit, and then you got like some type of lower highs there. So now you have like a little bit more of structure, which is good, right? Which is good. So if you break back into this range, that's the same thing that's kind of happening over here. If you were to break below here, you're breaking back into this range. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. But we do need volume. Right, we do need volume. We need something that's a lot clearer than yesterday. I will say, right, you've had that major push up on Tuesday, and then next day, which is yesterday, I was like, that push up could easily lead to a correction, right? Especially if you break below here. But then you'll notice that like that push up was pretty consistent in volume, and then this push down was like kind of slower. So there's a possibility that this could just be higher lows. We don't know if this is exactly right here is a higher low, but in terms of like throw all that out the window, just look at the structure here, right? On the way coming down, you can easily get like a 1-2 pop that corrects that entire move, right? That corrects that entire move back up, because look how long this took to come down. It spent like lifetime trying to come down here, right? So if you were to come up and correct it, and we notice that it's like a 1-2 pop, then that's your volume, right? It's like, why did I do that? So then you just kind of follow up on Tuesday's volume or Tuesday's push up, right? You just continue that trend. So that's still what we're trying to figure out. Even yesterday, I think the daily it looks like the daily has like a leg candle right here. So maybe a doji on MT5 actually, but yeah, maybe on MT5 it's a doji, but on Trivial it looks like a leg candle. So I don't know how important that will be yet, but yeah, we just mark up zones here, okay? So I think we got, if you were to come up to re-break the highs, you're looking at roughly here between like 48.85 would be pretty key. What else you got? $47.12. Where could I put this? I'll say like around Yeah, should be good. 46.84. So if you were to break below 46.84 today, then I think you get a bit more volume or a bit more of structure break. That's where you break that structure. And then you'll be kind of breaking back into this range for the first time. So, I mean, we'll see, right? From here down is still like pretty far, 530. You can also, again, still come down, break these lows. I gave it a little room here. I move it towards like more of like body areas. You could put it here, but you can easily break that and still get like a fake out, right? Like very high chance this can still happen, like very high chance. So you want to just cover up for that idea. Like if generic price action shows that you get a fake out, then how could you look for ways to avoid that fake out, right? What could you do to apply that you won't be caught in it if this is a fake out? So then that's when you drop to your small time from later on. If price were to break below 46.84 and you start applying like the small time confirmations, right? On the minute, you want to see like lower high structure, you want to see price close below, hold, right? Stuff like that. That would usually wait for. And then that's how you can kind of like improve the idea that this won't be first closure below the range, could lead to a fake out that takes you back up, right? And you can actually confirm that if this is going to continue down. And sometimes you might see it on like higher time frames too. So you might see it on like 15 or something where you kind of like close below, right? And then you see, maybe you might see like some type of structure, right? Holding the resistance here. Okay, cool. Close back below, and then you can look for continuations, right? So you don't need to like, if you have an idea for a fake out here, you don't need to get in here, right? Especially when there's a lot of conflict here still. This can be like a higher low to go up, right? Maybe you'll be in part of the push in this range instead. Maybe you grab like this piece of it. So in this entire range coming down, maybe you'll only have that piece, right? But the idea generalizes around this entire range as a whole, right? It doesn't mean you have to catch the whole range though. So different ways to approach that too, right? But I will say, like, first breakout below, be a bit cautious, just because of like how slow it was coming down yesterday and today. So yeah, 46.84, pretty key. And then we can also add maybe we could also add, what else can we add? Is that it? Ideas for potential buys in case structure shifts. 47.95. Yeah, maybe above there. We'll see. 47.95 should be pretty good. So yeah, I think I'll leave it as this. We'll add more as the session goes on, as we get like more info on price. But with the information we have right now, it's like, this is great info. Yesterday's move down, although we didn't get anything, was like great info for today, right? Just like the way it came down. So I'm not focused on like whether it came down or up, right? It's more of just like the texture of how it came down. Like that's gonna give you a lot of info. 48.85, 46.84. So we'll leave it as this. $46.84, $46.84, and then $47.95. So $47.95 is gonna be, $47.95 is right there. $47.95.30. Yeah, should be around there. So 3 zones. Yeah, that's all we got. Maybe we can add more zones below here. But I think we'll save that for maybe when, like, if you do come back below that range. Oh fuck it, we'll just add it. Why not? 45.85. Sorry, 45.78. Cool. We have 3-4 les. One, 2. You said 3. True. What's up, Reggie? All right, that's it, chat. That is going to be the analysis today. So really nothing different from yesterday, to be honest with you. And there's news came out, and there's like, you know, it's like a hit or miss. So you might not get vol right away. Sometimes what can happen is the vol takes a minute to settle in. So it's like, I think how I see news is like, forget like how volatile it is, or forget like where it's going like directionally wise. Just like look at how much volume's coming in, right? So you might not get like volume right away from this folder, but as the session goes, like I still brought in a little bit of volume, right? It might show at like 850, might show out 920, right? Obviously you have NYC open and a bunch of other stuff that adds on top of that. So eventually like you'll get that volume. But it's not, you can't just always expect like a spike on the opening of a news candle. If you guys like that analysis, hit the like button. Hopefully, yeah, learn something off of it. 22 likes. Can we get a 50? Where is my live chat? Don, my analysis for the down movement yesterday is a correction for the bullish engulfing of 4 hours. And today maybe we'll attempt the break. We'll attempt to break at the highs for 48.56. Maybe. Damn. P911 is back. What's up, man? That's 3 days in a row. My analysis seems to be more and more like the same as yours. Each day passes. That's good. Hey, man, that's good. It's only been a month, too. It's only been a month since we've been back, so good pace. What's up, Carl Max? Yesterday I tried the no trade as you told me. I finally seen some grass. Hey, man. I'm happy for you. I am happy for you. What's up, Smart from the City? What is your bias? You gotta go back and watch the last 5 to 10 minutes here, because I am not repeating all of that, unfortunately, because I just repeated it. So yeah, watch 10 minutes, the last 10. Just rewind a little bit. It's free. So it means we need 10K today. Maybe it does mean that. Maybe it does mean that. Maybe it does mean that. Either way, I'll be happy for you, man. Say wait for volume to come in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just like a lack of volume. So really nothing different from yesterday. So hopefully we get some type of volume today. Did we move during London or anything? Asian, London, nothing. Asian or New York yesterday. Not really. Like same repeated cycles throughout the entire day. From like London all the way to end of New York. And then first time you're pulling back this far. So that did change a little bit. But it's Asian, London range, and then New York. So 200 to 300 bit range. I'm sure it's still tradable to a certain extent. What lot size for 3K? Yeah, look at your figure out your risk percentage, man. See what you want to risk per trade. It's up to you though. Um, 4-hour time frame, 2nd of March, year 26 was dropped $159. Same to this time, still $159. If $15 dropped, bro. 4-hour time frame, 2nd March, year 26. Let's see. 4-hour time frame, March 2nd, year 26. Did you point that out yesterday already? This one, right? I remember that one. Yeah. Could be similar. I think, what wasn't it yesterday? Oh wait, yeah, you're looking at, we're part of this cycle right now. Like we're around there. Because you ever had the highs. Yeah, it could be similar. Could be similar. It looks like similar in terms of lows here. You've had your lows here. You've had a high prior. You've had a mini range. You had a mini range. You had a pop. You had a pop. You've had a push down. You had a push down. Now you have lower high, and you're currently printing the process of a lower high. So yeah, it's like in terms of like the way it looks very similar. Are we on a trade or still analyzing? We are. Man. D-Best One, how you guys doing today, man? You guys doing good? Great. Did you guys trade Asian? Wait, no, Asian was kind of ask us there, right? Why am I even? Took buy turn London. When did you get this push? 6. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Don, tomorrow we're gonna have an IRL stream or not? No IRL stream, man. Maybe one day. W Bossman CEO. Let me too, man. Asia was good. Scalping 4,700, 4,725 buys and sells 0.5 lots. What does 0.5 lots have to do with anything? But I'm guessing you just scalp the range, the range, right? Up and down. How much do you risk in your account? I try to risk 5-8%. That's a healthy, yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, it's good. I think like whatever risk you just prefer, like some people want to risk like 5-8%. I think I'm risking like roughly like 28 like max, like with the max SO. And then if we manage it, it's usually around like 20% mark I'm risking. It's like there's no like right answer for that. Like if you want to risk like 100%, you could risk it. Is it ideal? You know, maybe a little more difficult to be consistent, but 5-8%, yeah, it's like whatever you feel like you can do like day in, day out, after a loss, after a win, like you feel like you're not, like a good balance. When I learn all what you know, bro, come to the live stream every morning. It's only been 1 month there. Someone said earlier, I'm like, oh, that's good. Someone's like, my zones or my ideas are starting to like line up yours every morning, right? So these guys show up every day. I mean, I'm here Monday to Friday, right? It's only been a month. Before it was like 1 day a month that I'll come to the streams and trade. If we even get a trade those days. So it's a lot harder to keep up. And now I'm like every day I'm live. So it's like you could keep up with the strategy. It's gonna take some time because there's a lot that we gotta catch up on. But yeah, it's been pretty good though. It's been pretty good. Would you still use 20%? Let's say your account grows to 10K. Yeah, I think I'll keep the same like same risk. Yeah, I think it drops slowly over time though, because we were supposed to be using here like 0.14 lots on a 2K to like from 2K to 4K. We usually like let it drop like so. From 1K to 2K, we're using, I think, this one we're using fixed lots of 0.8s every day, 0.8s, right? And then when it got to 2K, we use a 0.14, right? But then ever since like conditions like changed a little bit, that's when like conditions like price got very, very volatile and ranges are a lot bigger now. We had to just like go from using a fixed lot to like using a fixed, like obviously like a fixed range of lots based on how big the stops are. But usually like from 1K to like 2K, start by using 0.8s, and then as it gets near 2K, the risk actually drops, right? Same thing for this, like from 2K to 14, like our original loss was be like 0.14, and as like the account grows, we're not increasing lots, it will usually drop. And then at the 4K mark, we'll increase the high limit to like maybe, I would have done like a 0.28 or something next, maybe a 0.30, right? Because we did drop it by 0.02 from 1K to 2K. It was supposed to be a 0.16. So maybe this time I'll add the extra 0.2, so 0.30. Like that's kind of how I see it. But it is a little more, it's different now because ever since we had to adjust the lots for each trade, yeah, I don't know. I gotta see. But I think until, yeah, I gotta see. I gotta see. I haven't really planned it out yet for like what I'll use next. But like that's usually how I go about things. Like I'll start with a lot, and then as the account grows, I'll just keep the same lots, and then it just drops on its own, the risk percentage. I'm selling. Is it good? Do you like think before you take a trade though? Like I'm not even trying. Like I don't know if it's good or bad, right? Because I'm not in that trade. But like, do you have like things set up prior to getting into the trade at least? You know, like, or do you just like enter and like close your eyes and just aim like pray for the best? Why are you attacking, bro? I'm not. I'm trying to make him a better like put him into a better perspective for trading. Because like, how you gonna like take a trade and then like ask like, yo, or maybe I'm not directly. Let's generalize it, right? Let's not talk about in general. Sometimes be like, yo, I took a trade done. Where should my stops be? And I'm like, I don't know, right? Because like I don't know how you got into that trade. I don't know your stop loss strategy, because everyone has a different one. If I tell you mine, you're gonna be like running away probably. Like we'd be risking 2,000 pips to cash like 10. So it's like I'm just asking, like, do you think about like having like a preset stop loss or TP or like trail stop loss or break even zones? Because then once you have that shit set up, you don't got to do the thinking anymore. But like it's gonna be a little more difficult when you like you kind of hop into the trade and then you're just there over here now like where should I put my stuff at? Because then now like you're looking at the money and let's say you're going to profit, you're not thinking, oh shit, I'm in profit, damn, this shit gonna run. What does you saying this shit has to run have to do with anything that price is showing you? But so when you set that up like prior and it taps that zone, you automatically boom, that's what you're doing off the bat. Stop loss 47.56, TP 4,700. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if this is gonna break back into this range. I don't know if you're gonna take up from here to correct this move. I'm waiting for volume. I will say you probably need to close back below these ranges though. So once you close back below here, it's just a matter of holding that, and then this could be a fake on its own, this mini range here, and then yeah, that can take you down towards TP. That's the way that move can happen. What's your stops? 45.6. That's the middle of nowhere. That's like right here. You might like that might come up within like 10 seconds here. Like I can't give an answer for this trade because my stops wouldn't be here. Right? Like forget the entry. We had different entries, but like let's say I'm looking for like wick entry sells or something here, right? Like I'll be using a stop that's maybe like I might be using a stop like at least minimum up here. Like I want to see a break of structure in the higher time frame. That's just my way of giving an answer. So I don't know the way you trade, right? So if I give you an answer, my answer on where I'll put my stops, then it's kind of like just contradicting to your own trade. You know what I mean? Hey, Lips. What's up, man? I got stopped out, break even. Some longs just now. Break even on some longs. Yeah, man. Six years. Hello, I'm new member here. True. I've been trading 6 years, only really doing it myself for 2 writing copying signals for years of thinking that's all I needed. Yeah, because then you become like dependent on that person, right? And you don't want to become dependent on that person because what if they're like not there tomorrow? Mm-hmm. 15 lead. Yeah, let's see. 15 lead. I mean, very small candle too. That's a wick fill for like 51 pips. Give me 5. I'm gonna get my coffee chat. Give me that 1 second. All right, man. Let's see what happens today. 9 a.m. here. 4-hour closure. How did it close? 4-hour closed. Bullish. First bullish closure above here for the first time. Let's see what this does. Let's see. Hello. What else do we got today? Nothing. Just that, and then tomorrow is CPI. What's up, Barzo? You think we have good support around 4,700, 4,710 for buy limits? Also, don't see the market going back down to that zone. Does that mean you just answer your own question? You think we have good support around 4,700, 4,710 for buy limits, and then you said you also don't see the market going back down to that zone. Right? So isn't that like you answer your own question? Just want your opinion. 4710. I think 4710 is like, I consider 4710 still the middle of nowhere. Below like 4684, that's when you can probably make your way back into this range here. If you create structure. Very key if you create structure, not just like if you get one candle coming down, because that can lead to a fake out. This can be a fake out to go the opposite way today, like this. All right. So I do want to see, like, if that were to come down, I do want to see structure. So if you create like some type of like lower highs as you close back below like 4684, at that point we can look for ways to continue, right? Because now you have like some type of resistance and stuff to hold that area, right? But you're just trying to find ways to, like, because it's conflict, right? The idea is that you can still get a fake out, so you're looking for ways to avoid that fake out. So that's gonna be like your small time for confirmations and stuff like that. But very key, like how it comes down to, right? How it comes down towards like 4684, whether it's gonna be the same type of movement that happened yesterday, or it's gonna be like more consistent volume like this or like this. That also will affect it too, as it makes its way down towards 4684. I guess you're looking for like some type of like 4710, maybe like a buy limit reset, right? So some type of like quick entry buy. Like there is something there, if that's what you're asking. Like there is like a zone here. It's like some support here. So there's a high chance that you can probably get a reaction there. But it's hard for me to say what it. Like I'm not looking for something like this, right? Like if I'm looking for first initial reaction, 4710, maybe just like first initial reaction from like here to there, like 8 pip range, 7 pip range, right up towards like these minor zones here. But I don't know if it's gonna even come down for a bottom wick, right? If it does, I'm assuming this will break. These lows will break at 47, what is this? 4702. I'm assuming you'll get a bottom wick for these zones at least. So that's why I said like 47.10 is kind of like the middle of nowhere. It's within the ranges, but you either have like 47.29, or you have like 47.02, or you have like 46.84. You know what I mean? Well, what is that pencil? Your dreams must be crazy, pencil, for you to be making these. What are you sipping on? Promethazine. I'm sipping on promethazine. I'm sipping on promethazine. It's coffee. It's coffee, everybody. You drop and I need to subscribe. Thank you, man. Place a buy them at 47.29. Hey, let's go. Hey, did that person who got into those sells, did you move stocks to BE or something? Or you still got it running? Pushing up here. So yeah, rejection here, right? We're trying to figure out whether like this right here is gonna be like some type of or my bad, this right here is gonna be some type of higher low. So we have ideas. I think my next ideas for buys are gonna be above 47.95. There's conflict though with the idea that there's a chance you can still get some type of like bottom wick here before making your way up. So that's in the back of my mind, right? As it rises back above like 47.95.30, we'll apply some small time frame stuff, right, to avoid that. So, or also just like on the way up here, we'll pay attention to like if it creates like more higher lows, more structure. I would need to see a bit more of that on the way up. You still got, I think, 308 pips to go before we even start hunting. But yeah, on the way up, like you do want to see a bit of structure, right? There was something here, so that's like better than nothing. That's good. Let's see, the rest of the move could just continue driving and then creating like structure up, right? And then once it closes back above, I think same thing. I'll probably wait to see if you can get like some structure holding on to like 47.95, and then maybe some ideas. I just thought about it for a second, but could we get wick entry sells? I don't think so. No, it's gonna be a little more difficult because this is like kind of you're trying to figure out this can be also could be a lower high, right? You can come up, lower highs to continue down. I think if that were to happen, there's a much higher chance that you could probably break below 84. So it's not really like a bad thing to ever come up first if we're not gonna get that move down, right? Like I don't generalize it's good or bad. At least something else though. It changes it up a bit, right? If you get a bottom wick first there, and then you like make your way back into the range like this, then you're like this is like your higher low, and then you're gonna correct this entire push from yesterday, this entire move down. But if you correct it now, like this, and then you make your way up towards like 47.95, and at 47.95 you get some type of rejection, and then you start breaking back into the range. There could even be sell ideas for us within this range now, right? Because now there's a much higher chance that you can probably push through below 46.84, right? Just because now you have like lower highs and you have liquidity. So this is your initial lower highs. This is like your steepest one since, right? Steepest pullback since this move down here. So either or can happen. But the way it kind of moves, like which way first, really would give you a different set of ideas. So I was like, could we get wick entry sells then? If we're looking for, if we pop straight towards 47.95. I don't think so. I think I'll just let it see how it reacts there, and then wait for them below maybe 47.28 for continuation. Yeah. Depends on what is this? Why are you wearing a Jeffrey Epstein hat? Isn't this guy like the creator of Bitcoin? Or like supposedly supposed to be the creator of Bitcoin? There's a mitigation field of inbounds at 47.36. There is a mitigation field of imbalance at 47.36, 47.32 at 15 minutes. Possible that rejection will push back up to break the highs 47.59, push up to 4,800. You know who used to love the word mitigation? Elvis. Elvis will always use that word, mitigation. I think he used it in the playbook a couple times. I don't know what that word means. 47.36 to 47.32 at 15 minutes. Oh, like this clean traffic up? Yeah, there's a chance. And there could be a push up that's a lot sharper than this push down too, compared to yesterday. Yeah, that'll be great volume too. Eight minutes to NYC open here. Seven thousand traders online. Hey man, what do you think about oil? I don't trade oil. I'm not too sure. Let's take a look though. Holy fuck, that thing dropped. Damn. Yeah, I don't trade oil, but like this pop down is pretty interesting. I wonder if this pop down is liquidity, because that was a pretty sharp push down, and you're still holding. Like you're back below here, so you can see it as a fake out. But this is kind of what I'm afraid about on gold too. Gold could come down, like this could be the push down towards like 47.28 on gold. That breaks like the 4 lows, and then this can just get corrected to continue its regular trend. Right? Similar thing to gold kind of in a way, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, like some zones like here, right, between like 90 and like 80 that you're kind of holding here. So if you were to continue holding that, then there's a chance that this can just get corrected back up to continue up. I think it also like depends on like kind of what time frame you're looking at too. If you if it's a continuation, like if it's like continuation back into the range below to like 80, then like this is your first initial pullback here, right? So you had a sharp push, and then you had like your first initial reaction or your first pullback here. So if you continue to, let's say, continue to like reject back down to retest the lows here, then yeah, as it makes its way back below here, you can look for like continuation below here. I think right now it's trying to figure out like, okay, well, first initial reaction, could this be a correction or could this be a continuation, right? Back into this idea of range here on the 4. So I think that's what I'll be looking for. And if this is a reversal, I wouldn't even be looking for like buys here. Instead, I'll wait for like maybe structure to form, right? So like pretty key thing is like it's the first like time we're coming up. So you want to see it like continue to hold structure. If it continues to hold structure, then eventually you can look for your buys up, right? So that could be like above here, could be back above here. But I think this entire range here is going to be like a little more difficult to read right now, just because like of that push yesterday, trying to figure out what's the next step now, right? Because it's hard to say this is directional because this is still very bullish on oil. Make sense? All right, 2 minutes for NYC here. Let's see what happens here. What is this? Mitigation block. All right, 1 minute. Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. We have 65, we're at 300 viewers right now. 300. Where's Elvis? I missed that guy. He comes in every now and then. Elvis may be one of the few people that like never really did anything. It's just the chillest of the chill. because Elvis came into DVS and it was just kind of like, I mean, he's doing his own thing, right? Like he made Evolution DVS, but like it was chill. It wasn't like selling any like bots or anything, using like the DVS branding. So it was just like, it was chill. Let's see, NYC open here. 30 closure, close like bullish here. Yeah, pretty strong bullish closure. 30 close bullish. I wouldn't say like above the ranges. I think same shit still. We're still trying to figure out whether like this is gonna be like your like if this is gonna be like a fake out right here, if it comes back into these ranges, or if like you're gonna continue up from here, this is your higher low, right, to continue back up. So same thing. It's like this is only the first breakout. This is only the first like higher low you've had since like this range here. So like there's a lot of conflict. You can also look at this move down, say this is the first lower high that you've had since, right? Like the steepest lower high you've had. So there's a lot of like the first here, which means there's a lot of conflict. Like, there's nothing like that's really set up yet for you to do. So I mentioned earlier, you can come up towards like 47.95, which would be nice, right? Like either way, I think it doesn't really matter if it comes up today or like if it comes down first, but something, right, to get this thing going. Otherwise, like you're just gonna be within this big range here, and I have no ideas within this range at all, at least right now. Right, but I need volume within this range here. So you're like maybe 490 pips away from like breaking the lows at 4,700, and then you're also gonna be like 400 pips from breaking the highs, right? So it's kind of just the middle of like, I'll say the middle of nowhere here, just like volumeless in these areas. So that's why like I'm not really like hunting right now. Closest thing we might have had maybe was like a split second of an idea for like wick entry sells at 47.95, but that wasn't even like enough to give me the actual idea, because I think I need a bit more direction for that wick entry sell idea. So hopefully NYC can just like kind of, you know, give you a pop here or something. Yeah, we'll see. What sell deals you have? I think sell ideas will have like, I'm looking for below 84. Like that's when I'll start hunting. Like I'll have ideas for sales. It's not like necessarily a sell there, but below 46.84, because then that's when you kind of like break below this structure, right? And then you're starting to like make your way back into this range here. So if like you start closing like bearish like back into these areas here, and then you continue holding the zones here, then we can get some continuation within these areas, and we'll go on a smaller time frame. We'll start hunting, you know, it could be here, just small pieces of push, or maybe here, right? But the idea is like you want to see it close below first, and then you want to see it just hold these areas, and then that's when I'll look for my sells. Thing is, we don't know right? We don't know whether it's gonna make its way down from here, come up towards here, then make its way down, might not make its way down. But I think this is gonna be a pretty key zone here. 84 areas. Oh shit, you're pushing here. Maybe you might get some volume here. Remember, like yesterday's move, I think this wasn't bad here, like this one singular push here. Overall though, like the move down initially wasn't that crazy, right? So pay attention to the way it comes up here if you get like a 1-2 pop correction or anything, because it could tell you a lot of information on price. Let's see. Can we get a push here? 300 pips to go. Chat, how many trades you guys take this week? What's up, Finley? 2 trades? Wait, what glasses pens with the goggles? Yeah, you guys need to hate the goggles. As I put them on, we'll go and draw down or something. 2 trades, 1 win, 1 break even. The one on Tuesday. Oh, the 100 pip runner. I can't believe that was this week. It felt like a lifetime ago too. Yeah, that was cool. That was a good trade. That's a 22-minute trade. 27 trades. That's not bad. I'll take more if I was you, to be honest though. I have this long position at 47.08, which I entry and sell Asian, and I'm holding it till now. Reason why I put along the position, pull back at the previous daily gap. Oh, we have volume. What is this? So yeah, pushing up here. 250 to go. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see. Leg candle fill on TradingView. It's not really on MT5 because I don't know why MT5 daily candle isn't like why MT5 daily candle isn't a leg candle, more like a doji. But over here it shows a leg candle. Is it a leg candle on your broker? Or do you guys see a leg candle on your broker, or do you guys see like a doji? On gold's daily chart. Doji. Yeah, on the same here. Yeah, so I think the only way I can get, like originally I wanted ideas above 47.95. Right, like if it comes up from like from here, right, to 90 above 95, that's when we'll start looking for like ideas for continuations. But from here, like if we start seeing like structure being created, like let's say you had this push, you get more pullbacks, right? You continue to re-break, we can start looking for ideas within this range. But if it just goes up from here, then above like 95 upwards, right? Because then I think that's when you start to correct this entire like push from yesterday. And then above here you have like continuation to fill this range here. So then yeah, we'll look for that range fill. Then this move is just your continuation from what day was this? 7th on Tuesday, right? That'd just be your continuation of that push. A lot of liquidity sitting at 40.06. You think that's possible, or it needs to pull back first? I think that's why I'm looking for looking to see if you can create structure on the way up here. Even if it doesn't create structure here up towards like, I guess 47. What'd you say? 47.06. Yeah, like 47.06, like in this area in general, above the zone. Even if it doesn't create structure on the way up here, if it can close back above like here, these areas, and then hold, like create structure above there, I think either way I'm looking for just structure to see if you can get a continuation here of the move up. So like if it comes up towards here and rejects, right, then that rejection could lead to structure, right? It could be a start, it could be a higher low to continue, or it could be like start of a reversal back into the ranges, right? But we're gonna have to let that like come up and then let it reject first, either way, unless it just shoots through. If it just like kind of makes its way through, like shoots right through, we'll wait for like structure here or something to continue up towards like 48.85 or something in that zone. That 4 bearish leg is not that far now. Yeah, it's gonna be right here, right at 805 here at 95. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean the same thing too. So I guess like our idea could be based on that. Hey, likes chat. Can we get to 120? We got to like 140 yesterday. I didn't really ask too much yesterday, but 140 is pretty good. Can we get to 100 today? Or 120? $40 more. 945 here, volume slowly creeping in, so yeah, much better like conditions than yesterday, I think, off bat. What do we give yesterday? Like a 5? I think a 5 yesterday. 5 out of 10. Today's sitting at like maybe 5 out of 10 as well right now, but it's still got a lot of time. I think yesterday the first set of volume came in yesterday at like 10:30 or something. So today's volume came in more so NYC open. So about an hour earlier, so you can get an hour earlier of a push. I don't think I have that command pencil. Did I used to have a light command? First time on a stream, just caught 300 pips in gold. Are you expecting a pullback and then a move towards 47.95? I don't know if we'll get a pullback. It could just go up towards 47.95. If it goes up towards 47.95 without pulling back, I'm gonna wait for a pullback above 47.95. So I'll wait for like structure to hold or pullbacks to confirm that we're gonna get continuation. Because until you actually officially break this high, this can still be a lower high or a lower high to come down. So it's either like, that's why I want to see those higher lows on the way up, because then it's gonna, like, if there's conflict with the idea that, oh, this can just be a lower high here, right, following the move from yesterday to continue down, like that's still a possibility, right? We might not think so, but it's still a possibility until you officially break the high. So then how could we find ways to like get rid of that idea that that could be that, right? So that's the structure. So it's not like I'm expecting like a pullback before going up. Like I can't really read it like that, but I would want to see a pullback either now or like after 95 for me to get possible ideas up, right? So if you pull back now, continue to make your way up, then we can look for ideas here instead, right? If you don't get a pullback now, you make your way up, I want to see like structure hold, but something to confirm, like, because every time you create that structure here going up here, that should be like generic price action. That should be when you make your way down, because that's the like that's the higher low. That's the chance that you have to correct, right? But for some reason it doesn't. It holds that structure. Boom, that's your move, right? It's like, so that's why like those higher lows are very key. Trying to figure out this direction here. Like you have one here, which is good, right? Like this is decent. Higher low there, and then you continue to pop here. I would like to see at least one more. Another pullback here. So pay attention to this too. It might be very like minuscule, but pay attention to like the push up versus the pullback, right? Because that'll be information on its own. So this move up wasn't bad. I think it's so far like pretty similar on the way up versus the way down. So let's see if the rest of this bearish push gives you more volume. But that's also another thing too you want to pay attention to. All right, this is a pullback though, so this is good. I think for me to get buys though within this area, I would like to see if you could, maybe you can come down towards here, would be nice, 47.51. 47.51, and then make your way back up above like 47.78. Any ideas above 47.78 later on could be pretty decent, up towards like 95. What's up, Biza? I'll be back. Check. Give me like 1 minute. All right, man. Mac or Windows? You know, my first ever stream was on a MacBook. MacBook Pro, Intel i9. So this is like before the M1 chip stuff. And then in 2020, I got a PC for the first time. And then I spilled water on it, or coffee on it. And then I had to get a new PC, which is now my stream PC. Will you tell us before you enter into the trade? Yeah. But yeah, you'll have a warning. Like I usually would make a I'll probably like break it down a bunch more times before too, so you'll definitely know. When I'm not hunting, I'm just not hunting. Like, there's not much I can really like speak about. I'm just waiting for things to kind of happen. What's up, man? Ni hao. Two minutes for a 1 hour closure. 1 hour is gonna close strong bullish here. Hey, are we gonna retest, re-break these lows here? You came down towards 47.59 earlier, and then rejected. So if you come down to re-break that low again, I would assume that's gonna be your 5-1. You said check oil. You think flying? So we're gonna look at this massive move down, and then you move this much, we're flying. Possibility. Possibility. All right, we have a new 1 hour candle here, guys, which means that we have an hour left into the session. Yeah, I mean, nothing really that changes here. It's a strong bullish candle above the range for the first time, so generic price action should take you up. Right? That's what it should do. It's a breakout above the range. For some reason it doesn't. Could it be a start of a fake out? If it doesn't. Alright, so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on this. But I don't think like anything really changes with the 1 hour closure. I think it just remains the same. Same analysis. Yeah, check out the playbook P9. Playbook should be pretty helpful. Check out both. Sometimes you might gotta you might gotta look at the first one before you look at the second one. But yeah, check out both on the website. Where's Wicked at? Is Wicked here today? Oh, nice. Pushing up here. Do you think this was it for the pullback? Possibly, yeah. Could be. This could be enough for you to rip up above 95. I think like it's a little hard for me to like kind of say because I wanted to see a 5-2 being tapped for me to look for like actively look for ideas within this range up towards 95. Like 95 is just like the next resistance zone, right? So like on the way up next, like where do you have clean traffic till? I'll say roughly around like 95, maybe a little lower towards like here at like 90, right? But like roughly in that area. Like this was like you had a pullback earlier, right? Or last night London or early pre NY, and then you've had a pullback then. Is it enough to go up? I'm not too sure. But like I know for sure it's not enough for me to get a position, right? So if it decides to rip up from here after that being your higher low, okay, cool. But then I'm still gonna need to see like some structure being created at 95 to hold then, right? That still applies for me. Unless you're like actively looking for trades within this area, right? But I'm not like, I haven't had my pullbacks to actively look for things within this area yet. I think we're kind of still waiting for volume too. Like, it could be enough. Could this be the glitch? We're still waiting for volume, right? Like that push up there, like there was volume, but it was very like, it's still a little too early to say, because that was like only the first push up you've had today, right? Just because you've been in the range all morning, you had the first breakout, doesn't mean that's going to be the actual move. So yeah, like still waiting for like that to kind of settle in and just like be a lot more consistent, because it was very short-lived, right? You had to push up, and then like this push down was like about the same like consistency on the way down, and then now we're like all of a sudden we're in this range here. But I mean, if you get a massive rip down towards 5-2 here, that's going to be your 1-2 pop. That could lead to this being not your valid higher low, right? So like, you don't want to be in a situation to like predict like, oh, this is your higher low and this will be enough to go up. Or like, you don't want to be in a situation where you're saying like, oh, like you're trying to predict like the higher low, right? Like just wait for price to print the higher low and then wait for price to come back up and then hold, and then you'll know like, okay, that's your higher low then. One hour candle filled the wick already though. I love you. You helped me pass my first funded account. Congrats, man. I'm happy for you. Now keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Congratulations. All right, so you got like a little more of like, we got some, a bit more of like higher lows here. I think you got 3 since like that initial pullback, so could lead to something. Yeah, next amount of resistance could be into 47.88. Is this a leg candle here? Did you guys point it out earlier or not? It's not a leg candle, but I think you treat it like one. There's like a body reaction there earlier. You got one, and now you're coming back up to re-break that area. Why would he give me a cut? Like, I don't. Why should he give me a cut? If I got a cut of everything I influenced in the industry, I would have been like gazillionaire by now. But yeah, give it a depends though. He deserves a cut. Where can I find links to your journal, Don? Try doing Midpoint journal in the chat. It should pop up for you, man. My journal should pop up for you, I think. Does you think Uncle's a trader? Yeah, I thought he told me he was, no? Am I tripping? Access denied. How come? Sorry, chat. This is not much I can really there's not much I can really like discuss here. It's like the last 2 days has been kind of waiting for the same. You know, it's funny because like Monday and Tuesday, I swear we moved like a lot less than today and yesterday. Monday and Tuesday was like in the ranges, but those were the days we had actual trades, and then all of a sudden when it started moving, maybe because this is just mainly other sessions that have been moving, but yeah, now it's fluid. But yeah, just be patient. It's only Thursday, and we got tomorrow. Still got today's session too. I think your like volume is starting to pick up again here right now. Could be a late day though. Could be 11:30. Could be now. Right, but we're just waiting for that volume to kind of be more consistent here. So is this gonna start glitching? Did we say 47.23 earlier? So this couldn't tap into 95. It came up towards 77. And then if it were to break back below into these ranges, how far is this though? Like 300? 330 pips until it makes its way back below 28 here. And below 28 you got a range fill. So yeah, earlier I did want, like, for us to get continuation of buys here, right, up towards like 47.88. I wanted to see if earlier you could have tapped into like 47.52, because that's like the previous low, right? That's just like the previous zone. That's like clean traffic. But it failed to do so. It came down close. It came down to 5.9, right? And then it came back up. I don't know if it really broke the highs though, but it did come back up. So now it's just kind of in this range here, right? You kind of just been fluttering here in these areas. But the difference now is, like, if you were to break this low and get a pop down towards 5.2, then I think that's the, yeah, that'll be your tap into 5.2. And I think same thing still, like buys above 47.77, right? So I think I'm still waiting for that idea. If you can just tap into these zones here, 5.1, 5.2. And there's no guarantee of a flip there too, right? Because you could still pop back into the ranges here and then continue to hold resistance, continue to hold these zones and just continue trickling down. You might not even get a flip again, right? And if that were to happen, then that's when you'll be looking for potential continuation of this move from yesterday. But that's going to be more so below like 5.2, 4.7, 4.6, 36, into those ranges there. That's at least 300 pips. So we're still pretty far. from both buys or sell ideas here. It's like you gotta push up. Like I think we're looking at like 270 pips up above into 47.88, and then maybe like 300 pips below 36 at least to get like a sense of where it's gonna go. Otherwise it's just kind of like not doing much today, right? Like there's nothing that really happened. Nothing today? No, not yet. Just waiting here. Just waiting for price to do something. Tell us where it's gonna go. $95. How much is this range up? 130. It's just interesting here. You came down again to retest the lows from earlier, right? It didn't drive through, but now like it's like, yeah, like it's still the same area that's being retested and it didn't break through. So is there a possibility that we can get ideas above 7.7 if you get a hold of 7.7, so like a pullback of respecting 7.7 once you close above, instead of waiting for 91? Because what was the reason behind this the second time? Right, should have gone down. Generic price action says it should go down. Second rebreak of the lows usually would drive. Didn't, it held, right? So it counts as like a higher low still holding the same zone. So if it closes above, can you get a hold of these areas, right? Like a bearish closure, holding the ranges or something. So just like basically another like pullback, and then once you close back above, could you get your continuation of buys? So ideas could be like between 83 and 91. And you have a 1 hour leg candle here too, so you can treat like a leg candle. Well, not really a leg candle, but you can treat it like one. This wick here between 78 and 91. So if it's a leg candle, then you should see it like re-break the highs, create a new high, right? And then hold the body area, which is 78 as well. And then once you re-break that, that's gonna be your continuation up towards the wick fill, towards 91. So like based on how heavy the push is, if you break above here, depending on how much room you have, right? You're looking for that leg candle formation to form on the 1, and then ideas could be above that area to go up towards 91. but you want to see it like close above and hold, right? Natural gas storage is in a minute here. This might be your most volatile folder today, chat. This could be your most volatile folder today. This natural gas storage is coming out in a minute here. That might bring more volume than core PC price index. Basically your last folder of the session. Well, 30-year bond auction by 10:30 until 1. So let's see. 24 seconds. Natural gas storages. Uh-oh, starting glitch already. Let's see. Could this be? Could this be? What was your most volatile candle today? This one right here, this 15. 250 pips on the 15 candle. That was at 9:30. Let's see if this will beat it. 250 pips down will be 37. 250 pips up would be 47.90. Let's see. We're breaking lows for a third time now. So will it pop towards 5.2? kind of early to say, but you do also have a lower highs here too. A little early to say, right? Because you're still like within the range here. It's not until you actually break. But lower highs here on the way down, right? So could you get a pop here? And then we'll find out if that's going to be your high or low, or if that's going to be your price breaking back into these ranges here. Interesting. So look, this 15 candle from news, the yellow folder natural gas storages is already 100 within 3 minutes, right? So this could be your most volatile candle today at 10:30, or maybe your most volatile candle in the last 2 days. And this one over here was maybe 360. I'm gonna use the R. Give me like 1 second. Chad, you guys see the difference though? In like the volume that like just started versus like whatever happened this entire morning. Cause like it's not about like how many pips you moved up or down. It's like, how are you moving? The same way it's not about like what's the bias today. It's like, what type of market cycle are we in? Right? Now you tap 5-1 too. So tap into 5-1 now. Question is like, is this going to continue making its way back above 7-8 to continue to move up, right? This could be a higher low still, but this can also be your, what do you call it? Your lower high, right? This can also be your lower high for this move down yesterday. I think this move down was pretty decent too. Like I think could have been a little better. This push down could have been a bit more volatile, but at least now, like if this were to come back up above 7-8, what could you take? Your continuation for buys now, right? Like earlier you came down to retest the lows like 3 times, and then you continue to hold, right? And then this time came down to break all the lows here. So if you start making way back into the ranges above 78, then that can be your continuation up towards like 47.91, right? But at least now that's set. So we have like something at least to look forward to now. And then for the sells continuation down, I'll say, I think I have like 28, 27 zones below here. I want to see if it could like mirror this entire move here. Where is it? Mirror this entire move here to come down towards like 47.25, and then as it breaks below 47.25, if we can get like some type of continuation below there, because that'll be when you'll get continuation. Or otherwise, like you can still come all the way down here, and then still close back up above these areas for continuation of buys, right? That's still a possibility too. I think if this came up towards 47.91, these highs here, if you came up towards 47.91, 48.05, and then you decide to shift back below the ranges, like instead of like rejecting off of 78, let's say earlier it came up like this, right? And then it shift back into the range from there and out, then ideas below here would be valid to come down. But I think it's still a little too early to tell from where you are. Like this was only the range here, right? And then this is like your first breakout outside the range here, and then this is your first lower high. So it's like it's still a little early. But if you came up to like 91, you would have had 2 ranges by now. It would have been like range 1 and your range 2, and then below here would have been valid for continuation. So a lot closer, but still like not exactly what we want yet. Yeah, it might be a higher low, correct? Could be a higher low. You have a 5 leg count here. That's pretty nice too, though. Nice 5 leg candle here. Let's see, can I get filled? How much is the leg candle here? 80 pips. So far, this 15 has moved 190, so not bad. Not as much as the earlier one. 4 minutes left till closure. It could be a pretty crazy day. I don't know. What do you guys rate price today? Like, I think I'm gonna give it a 5 still. Could be close to 5.5, but I think I'll give it a 5. And then, shit, man. I don't know. It could be a late day today. 11, 12, 1. Could be your moves. And then it could end up being a 6. We're breaking the lows here. $10:45 here. We got 15 minutes for a 1 hour closure. So I think at 11 we'll start setting like a session stop loss here. Explain a leg count, Don. You might get a better explanation in the playbook. Go to admeast.com, go to Playbook V2, and then go to I think it's in candle anatomy. Leg candle right here. The big DD giving you confidence in your trading style. I mean, you had seen a negative $1,000 on a $2,000 account in one trade. So what was the thinking when you saw this? I don't think it gives confidence. I think it just adds on to does it give confidence? No, I don't think confidence, because I don't see in the way where it's like, oh, if I can hold through this much drawdown, I can hold through anything. Because that wasn't really the point of holding on to the trade. It was more so of like the trade itself, like that trade idea. I had a lot of confidence in the trade idea, so like I'm like not really focused on like the numbers too much, just more of like the trade idea itself that day. Like that, like I had that confidence in the trade itself. The numbers don't really mean much. Maybe like risk could have been a bit smaller though, but I don't think it changes anything though. Because then the next day you come back, you're still looking for the same place. All right. That trade we took there was a leg candle fill, right? We came back and I think we took a couple more since then. So you're still taking the same like entries and the same plays that you'll be taking. But the drawdowns are relevant to like giving you confidence or taking away confidence. Because then you already accept that like there's like every trade you kind of accept the fact that you could go into drawdown, or that you could get a win, or you could get a loss, or you could get a break even. Like that's kind of like predetermined in my head already. So then it's just about like the trade idea. Like how could I execute the best quality trade idea for myself? Like that's just my worry, right? If I don't see anything, I don't see anything. If I do, then I'm gonna make sure it's like a trade that like is in my playbook and not just like some random trade just because I want to get a trade. Because when you're in drawdown, you'll still be confident. Otherwise, like imagine you enter a trade that you're like half confident in, or some people might like enter a trade of half lot size. It's like shiver my timbers, you know, like you're gonna be shaking your boots like already off bat, one pip of drawdown, because you're already not confident going into the trade. So it's not about the drawdown, like less or more drawdown gives you like confidence, right? It's more of like, how could I set myself up to take the best quality trade? The number doesn't matter. I can make 15K in the next trade from a 2K account, or negative whatever. Like I'm not gonna make 50K in this account, right? But like it doesn't matter, like the amount. It's like, what's the best quality trade I can take? You know, because then you can repeat it, and that's the confidence you have. The fact that you can rinse and repeat that same strategy long term. You know what I mean? But you have the fear of account blowout? No, because we had our stops. We were like 200 pips away from stops that day. So it wouldn't have been like an account blowout. You only have fear of that when you over leverage it. Then yeah, you're gonna have that extra fear. But like, why would you want to put yourself in that predicament in the first place? What's your question, Pencil? One hour is flipping here, by the way. So you came down towards like 4751. So can you continue to re-break the highs to get continuations up now? Above 7.8. It's like you take 1,000 trades, right? Like you're not gonna let like one trade affect like your confidence, because like you've taken 1,000 of them in the past. So like it's gonna take like 1,000 straight misses for you to really lose all of your confidence in a trade. But you can't base off of one idea or one trade. That just means you need to develop more of like a better playbook, or not better playbook, but like a deeper playbook, a deeper understanding. You know, more journaling, more trades taken. Like you think Steph Curry be like losing his confidence after one missed three? Nah, you probably gonna take the next three the same amount of confidence. If he misses like 1,000 straight, okay, cool. What could I fix, right? If price starts to 1-2 pop above 70, do you need extra confirmation on small time frame? I think so still, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think above 70 we'll still wait for like some type of higher low above there. But it really depends on how you come up to here. You have a 1 minute leg kind of right here. Yeah, it comes down to how we come up to. Because I don't think we have volume still. Like this move down was like, wasn't that crazy of a continue. It was like same thing as this, right? Same thing here. Like you're in one big range now too. This move off here is pretty slow as well. So I don't know. 6 minutes left. Let's see. Just like a lack in volume the last 2 days. Wait, what's your question, bro? I'm like semi selective seeing. What's your question? All I see is you asking. Oh, that's your question. Fuck, I thought that was a statement in my head. Do you know Fiat 126P has a rear wheel drive? No, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that, Penzo. That's cool, though. Rear wheel? I would assume it'll have like a front wheel, though, no? Don, is it okay if I make profit and after that throw it in the slots? Yeah, it should be cool. What are we gonna do after? Throw it back into your trading? Yeah, it should be cool. What's your monthly payout from YouTube? All right, man. You asking way too much. Tristy, what's up? Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hey, we at 120 actually. I'm not gonna ask for likes anymore, to be honest. We hit that 120 like ratio. So thank you, chat. I didn't have to ask for it today. Wait, Fiat actually has rear wheel? I thought it would have like front wheel drive. Divas 01 meetup. You know, like Divas 01 is kind of like a community on its own here. Like we have, it's like a community on its own. CPI Friday, right? Wait, tomorrow's CPI. Tomorrow's my birthday, so we about to turn up. We about to turn up tomorrow. CPI. Hopefully no 30-hour drawdown. Yeah, 8:30 tomorrow, CPI. Big day. And then prelim UM consumer sentiment and a bunch of other folders as well. How old you now, Unc? Man, I'm about to be 26 tomorrow, man. I'm about to be 26 tomorrow. What did I do in June 2nd, 2009, Cookie? What was that, track day or something? What the? You quick. Happy birthday, thank you. Tomorrow. Oh, look at that 30-minute leg candle. Wow, that is the definition of a leg candle right there. Hold on. What if we get a top wick now? All right, hold on. Let's see, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. here. We'll give it some time for the 1 hour opening. If you can get a top wick, I know it might be a long shot for the top wick. If you don't, leg candle could, probably not going to be part of the leg candle to be honest, but if you can get a top wick, will be part of the leg candle. There's a possibility. If you can get 81, that would be nice, but I'll say like the minimum, I'll say like 75, 76 would be perfect. Because if you could go up here, like you generic price action should take you up. But then for some reason, it doesn't hold. And then all of a sudden now you get a flip after that top wick. That's your leg candle fill. Ideas can be below like here. But I would like to see a top wick. Like that'll get that out of the way. That'll get the whole liquidity shit out the way today. Because I still think you need volume. And we're in just one massive range now. So if you break the highs, it doesn't really add on too much aside from the fact that you have volume. And then as you break back into the range, it's like, why didn't you go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times you came up to break the highs and you just failed. You re-break those lows there, the leg candle fill. And that could be a play. But if it just kind of, does this, then GG's. I don't think I can do much here. Until maybe below 28 could be something. Below 28. But you're like, 380 pips away from that area, so it's a little far. But this is a nice leg candle. That's like the perfect, most perfect one. Your birthday's tomorrow too? April 10th? How old would you think I am though? If you didn't know I was turning 26. Birthday is Sunday, sheesh. April 12th. $18. All right, I guess 18. Peace out, GT. 22. Damn. 30. Should I buy, hold from 47.56? I don't know. 47.56. I think there's a chance you can fill this leg candle, so I'll be a bit cautious about that idea. Oh man, I'm hungry, man. I need some banh mi or something. All right, man. So already pushed down 76 pips, which is not bad. Not bad, but yeah, missing a top wick or just missing structure still. You got the body reaction, I think, a little bit there. Did you get one? Yeah, I got a little below it. So let's see. Is it going to be the entire leg candle fill now? One hour is also at the top wick too to fill. So if you fill that, that's going to tap into your 78, 81 zone, right? So you can get that out of the way, and then you come back down to re-break this low here. It could be ideas. It's a 120 pip range there. Oh, government name. You say my whole name like that. Am I the only British person in the live? No, there's a lot of British people here. Chat, who's British here? Type of one in the chat if you're British. Tea and crumpets, mate. Nando's chicken. Football. Central Sea. Fish and chips. Harry Potter. Wait, you're British, Kevin? I did not know that. What else is in London? George Russell? Silverstone. Lewis Hamilton. Are you from New York or Miami? New York. New York. New York. Hey, yo, let me get a chopped cheese. Yeah, I'm from everywhere. I'm international. Ohio? All right, speed. Have you been to UK? No, I have not been to the UK. Hey, isn't the UK like 70% gloomy the whole year? That's like Canada. Does it snow there? Don is the most important info. Engine is in the back too. Oh, on the Fiat. Oh. Rear engine and rear wheel drive. Holy. Yeah, no, I need to leave the gloominess. Would you take it if this 30-minute flips bullish? This feels bullish on the high of the last 30? No, I want to see a break above 78. Wait, what you mean for buys? I'll take it if it comes up towards 78 and then comes back below into 61. Below 61 for the leg kind of fill towards 45. I'll take an idea there. But not the flip. I don't think I'm looking for buys until 91. 91. But yeah, I want to see if it can fill this area first. Chat, who here is from Europe? Type of one if you're from Europe. I thought I saw Comedy Shorts Gamer for a second. Damn, Arsenal fan. I don't know much about Arsenal, but I heard that you guys are like the Maple Leafs basically in hockey. Damn, I feel your pain, man. What's Arsenal in F1? Like Ferrari, right? Basically Ferrari. It's just like the Leafs are basically the Ferrari. It's just, man, like the Buffalo Bills. Chelsea the best? I used to have a Chelsea jersey. I used to have a Chelsea jersey and Barcelona and a Real Madrid. And there's this other team. It's like black and blue. Milan or some shit. See, I don't watch football. What's that black and blue team, chat? Oh my god, volume. Inter Milan, yeah, that team. That team. Yeah, I don't watch football, man. I just never got. I never had a chance. I've watched like hockey my whole life. Basketball. And then now F1. But more so like motorsports now. NFL? The Super Bowl. I used to play NFL though. NFL 12 or Madden 12 on the PSP. Used to be a demon. Cars? I don't know if I'm a massive car fan. I like cars though. Like I watch like yeah, like motorsports. All right, man. Can we do something, please? Oh, wait. Hold on. Were we looking to see if we can tap into 81? We are actually close here. Okay, chat. Hold on. Things might just be getting started here today, okay? The session might have just started. Let's see. 81. Basically 81 tap. Okay, cool. Now, we don't know this. there should no reason as to why this should come down to re-break 5.8 again. If it does, leg candle fill right there. That's your play on the 30. And that's what we're going to look for. If not, then you can push through here. And then above like 91, I want to see a bit more structure, but to get continuation of buys, right? We can look for that as well. But it's just like, it's just this area today that's just going to be a little more, like we're not really doing much in this area, right? Maybe above 91. Above 91. Above 91, that's what we're looking for if that comes up, right? Like it should go up. It's breaking the highs again. It's like clean traffic. There's nothing really stopping it from going up. Yeah, but 30-minute leg candle fill here too. But if it doesn't go up for some reason, then that's when we can start looking for ideas here. Because then that'll be a correction. All right, so you are maybe 120 pips away now from 47.92, and then same thing, like coming down, you're also like 180-ish pips from coming down. But this volume is a lot better, right, than like whatever happened throughout the morning so far. So that's like a good sign. You've been ranging for like the last 2 days here, basically, for NY. This is very good. This is very good. Stop speed? I don't know. I gotta see how we come down here. Maybe if it comes back below 70, we'll start discussing that. It's also a bit more structure too going up, right? Like structure here and structure here. So that's also very good too. So yeah, 90, 91, 92 above there should be, how much range is that? 120 pips, and that's like a very minor support at 805. Still something though. But I think above 805, it's gonna be the leg candle too. This bearish leg candle. So above 805, you have range to like 48, 44. All right, so if you're not able to catch 91 up, you can also just grab this up. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Sometimes this is what happens though. Like you just don't be moving how you should be moving throughout the session, and then like late day like this, you get your pushes. But it comes down to just like, when does volume really come in? All right, today volume came in around like 9:30, I think 9:30, 10. That was the first push. Yeah, this is the closest we've been today though to anything. You got buys there, 19.5. Sheesh. Let's go, man. You have another 60 pips to go here to a minor resistance. Let's see though. You haven't had a pullback here yet, right? Just one continuous pop. So is it gonna be a leg candle fill? So if we're looking for a leg candle fill, chat, it'll be more so below 60, not 64, 60. And the leg candle fill is 120, 126p. Let's see, is it gonna break below 78, right? I wouldn't get too excited yet because this could be the first pullback, which means it could be the higher low to go up, right? So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. That can also be added structure onto that move. Yeah, 1 minute leg candle fill right here. Daily leg candle too. A lot of leg candles here. Daily also, I'm trading with a leg candle. An MT5 is like a doji bearish. Let's see. if you get like here's what we can do too. If we get, let's say, a pullback from here down towards, like, let's say, like, I know it's a long shot, right? Because I'm assuming if it comes back down, that should flip it. But let's say it doesn't flip it. We don't get the sell ideas below 60, right? Comes back up, we can get ideas here above wherever it is right now, or at least like ideas is at least ahead of 91. That would be enough. But I think 91 is like a resistance coming up, right? That's the next range. Where's the like fill 60? That is, yeah, it's right there. Papa was pretty decent, like pretty strong. I would say it's decently consistent. I think it could be a bit better though. I think it's like somewhat equivalent to this move down still. So it hasn't been taken over. No, don't range though. I think we'll have a session stop loss soon too. So maybe once we close at 11:30. What's that one? What have you changed since last year? I feel like 2025 down would have taken loads of missed opportunities. I think last year and this year are pretty similar. We only took I think last year we averaged like 2 to 3 trades a week on average. And last week, yeah, we took the least amount of trades last year. And we had our highest pip count last year too, with the least amount of trades too. So I think just like higher quality setups, just evolution. Yeah, this morning, XYZ. I'm gonna get some water. Let's see, man. Could it be a train day? Could it be? Oh, 87, 78 approaching. Damn, we really used to only stream from like 7 until like 9. And now it's like 8 until 11, sometimes 12. No, I used to stream at 6:30 actually. 6:30 until 9. So, Jordy. How you doing? Let's see, if we get ideas below 60, what would stops be, right? Perhaps 4902. That's not bad. 1400 pips. That's pretty tight. What was the last trade again? 9,000 or 900? Yeah, I think 1400 pips. Above 4902, 4903, above that range there. And then maybe management somewhere between like 48, 47, 48, 60. Above that, these highs here. So then lot size would be, for me, I think that would be 0.06. I think I'll probably 0.06 lot. We gotta start placing a session stop loss though, guys, because you know, I think here's what I do. I'll put one like maybe 47.86. If you break that high, then I think I'll call it a day. Because we'll be a lot closer to ideal sells, because all it requires is to push down, and then we don't need to wait for much pullbacks. But in terms of going up here, above 47.91 were our buy ideas, but above 47.91 we gotta wait for structures though. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. So I think I'll put my session stop loss at 86. Or maybe a little higher. Let's see. Is there anything else? Maybe 87.36. If that breaks, we'll call that a day and move on to tomorrow. Yeah. Put a session stop loss there. Do I still play hockey? Yeah, I do time to time. Oh shit, I just woke up. Wow, what a push. Sorry, I was like half asleep. Is he gonna re-break? Is he gonna re-break 91, or is there still a chance we can get the late candle fill? I think if you break 91, we'll call it. Sorry, I didn't. I was like looking at something. All right, I think that's it, guys. You broke the highs of 91.56 again. Yeah, that's it. All right, ciao. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Unfortunately, we just moved a little too late today. If this were to happen prior to 11, I think this would have been good. Above like 91, we're looking for stuff to go up towards 05, and then above 05 as well, up towards like 83 or 48.33. But I think even if we were still hunting here, I'll be waiting to see if you can create like some type of structure to hold into 91, right? And if that can hold, then yeah, above there going up towards 805 should be pretty clean. But yeah, that's probably my session, chat. Unfortunately, just moved a little too late, but like volume looks very good now compared to earlier today. Like in terms of the session, you can see kind of where it started picking up. But yeah, ciao, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is gonna be core CPI 8:30. So yeah, we'll be here in the morning, and let's finish off the week in the bang. All right, chat, have a good day. See y'all tomorrow, man. Peace, peace. Peace.
Uh-oh, man. Uh-oh. It's 1985 white Lamborghini Countach. 2 of them. I need a slow motion video right now. Cause I'm moving in slow motion. Feeling like Hype Williams shooting the nigga, cooting the nigga, hey. I need a slow motion video right now. Hey. Damn, baby, pussy can't be your only hustle. Unless you bad as Naomi Russell. I mean, a lot of niggas got money. So basically, Russell ain't the only Russell. Russell Brand, Russell Crowe. 0, 0, 0, 0, a whole lot of O's. What you after? After money? You in line behind currency. Yeah, you after money. Bulletproof condom when I'm in these hoes. Got staples on my dick. Why? Fucking centerfolds. And I swear to God, they so cold. Got a nigga in Miami wearing winter clothes. I got my fur on, feeling like Jerome. She got a fur too, we get eyes and her on. Don't look at the jewelry or get your blur on. Too close, you comatose. So dope, you overdose. Get back, you over close. Low, low, a hood of sun, and then I bless them with that polo. Niggas is waking music, and then my first solo. Colo Jolo, sponsored by Manolo. T-Gas Epinodos, ready for some photos. Yeah, and I'm cold, bitch, please try to keep the door closed. Line bond, $1,000 tee with no logos. Let me show you what I see when my eyes close.
Take it how you want to a nigga dead.
Till then, I'm the illest motherfucker alive.
Yeah. Whole world aiming at a nigga head.
Because I'm the illest motherfucker alive.
Yeah. Hold up, King Ho, I'm exactly what the fuck you think. 11 in the row, Bill Russell rings, Michael Jordan swag. Y'all think Michael Jordan bad? Nigga, I got 5 more rings than Michael Jordan had. Elvis has left the building now, I'm on the Beatles ass. Niggas here watch the throne, yeah, it's like the Beatles back. PB, my Yoko Ono, Riri complete the family. Imagine how that's gonna look front row at the Grammys. Fuck your walls like Eddie Murphy's couch. The Rockets in the building, we should've stayed in the house. I don't even know what we doing here. Seems to me a complete waste of gear. Just a fucking waste of time, a complete waste of bottles. Niggas fashion is weak, they be wasting all the models. Got the oversized rollie, let me show thee how to do it. When I say it, then you see it, it ain't only in the music. Basquiat's, Warhols, serving as my muses. My house like a museum, so I see him when I'm peeing. Usually you have this much taste, you European. That's the end of that way of thinking, nigga, never again. Know when to leave when the heat is coming, I learned that. This is where De Niro would be if he ain't turned back. Fuck Xauusd, this over, this is real life. This is what the end in the Scarface should feel like.
I need a slow motion video right now. Cause I'm a winning. Feeling like hype, really shooting them niggas. Hey, hey, hey.